In this world, nothing is as it seems. Deception lurks around every corner. Things you believe to be true may merely be a fabrication of human ignorance. Such is the case with German chocolate cake. You may think that German chocolate, on its surface, sounds reasonable. Oh, the Germans, with their beer and their bratwurst, Hansel and Gretel. Surely they would be the ones to develop some sort of rich, dark baking chocolate. After all, everyone knows that chocolate is better in Europe, right? Oh, how blindly we have fallen for this deceit. If you are unfamiliar, or perhaps live outside of the United States, German chocolate cake is typically made with a very sweet baking chocolate, as well as buttermilk, coconut, pecans, as well as the usual baking ingredients. It typically has multiple layers and is considered to be a rich, decadent cake with a distinct aftertaste of trickery. In 1852, a man named Samuel German worked for Baker's Chocolate Company, and he invented a type of rich, dark, sweet baking chocolate, which the company decided to name after him, thus calling it Baker's German's Sweet Chocolate, which is just an unnecessary amount of possessive nouns. The original recipe for German's chocolate cake was first printed in June 1957 in the Dallas Morning News. Yes, that is Dallas, Texas. A Mrs. George Clay, which sounds like a super fake name, submitted the recipe, which uses Baker's German's Sweet Chocolate. Other papers and magazines shamelessly ripped off and reprinted the recipe. But in a minor whisper down the alley type of situation, they dropped the possessive from Germans and just called it German chocolate cake. And thus, an enduring mistruth was born. Apparently, the cake recipe is so ubiquitous, but its origins so shrouded in illusion, that Lyndon B. Johnson served German chocolate cake to the German chancellor who visited the president's ranch in 1963. Bonus fact, Black Forest cake is German. Now, while it might not be named directly after the Black Forest region of Germany, considering that there are a few different origin stories floating around, it is still German, and it at least has some sort of tenuous connection to the region of Germany for which it is named. So there, serve your chancellors and ambassadors Black Forest cake. It is the cake of truth in a bakery of lies. Also, if you are familiar with the Pennsylvania Dutch heritage, it is not actually Dutch. The original term was Pennsylvania Deutsch. Deutsch for German. Just somewhere along the way, it got bastardized from Deutsch into Dutch. So there are some things that say they're German, but they're not German, and there are some things that say that they're not German, but they are German. I had a roommate in college who just completely went to the mat on her assertion that the Pennsylvania Dutch were Dutch from Dutchland. So it's kind of easy to see how people assume weird things and misinformation spreads. This cupcake isn't even German chocolate. It's just regular chocolate, but I felt like I needed to have a prop in the background. So, the cupcake is also a lie. Question everything. Trust no one, not even me.